Hello and welcome to our show. We're so glad you joined us today. This is our special Christmas show. I'm Darlene Pickford.
And I'm Greg Bauer, and we've got all kinds of fun things
for you to
talk about with animals today. But I want to remind our viewers of a couple of upcoming shows.
Okay.
One, it's a repeat that we've been asked to do by a number of people on coping with the loss of a pet.
Yes.
And we think that that will be something that our viewers may want to watch again if you haven't seen it yet. And the other one is caring for your horse.
Ooh.
We haven't done many shows with horses, but I think this one will be one that our viewers will also enjoy. But you said Christmas. Oh, we love
yes.
Christmas, Darlene. Oh, gosh.
Well, we have some a cat Santa and a dog Santa here.
Right.
Just full of all kinds of toys and comfort and healthy tips for all our cats and dogs, and maybe even for the cat and dog owners. Well, please introduce our guest, Greg.
I'll be happy to. Down on the end of the table, on the far right, as the viewers see it, is Paulette McConoughey, who's going to be talking about cat things today. And Paulette's been with us before, and we're happy to have you back again, Paulette.
Thank you.
And next to her, Patience Renzulli, who has also been on our show before, and she has all kinds of neat things for dogs. So, Wicket and Angie, you two pay attention today. We'll see what Santa can bring for you in your gift bag. So.
Well, but before we get started, Paulette, tell us about your fur family.
My fur family consists of one Maine Coon, part tabby, cat named Clyde, who pretty much runs the house.
Yes, he does.
And he is a beauty. I have seen him.
Thank you very much.
He likes men a lot too.
Oh, he loves to get after a man's face and just rub on it and lick it. And, oh yeah, he likes men better.
He's done that with my beard on a number of occasions.
And he travels, or has traveled very well, right?
He, up until about a year and a half ago, he went every place with us. He's been in 16 states. Very good traveler, but he started getting car sick, and it was having to give him the medicine and stuff, and so we pretty much leave him at home now. He has a uncle that takes care of him and loves him.
There you go.
And Patience, your fur family.
Well, I have, after a long life of rescues, I have Whippets now. And I've had Whippets since 1992. There are 9 that share our home and our bedroom, and they range in age from 2 litter mates that were born into my hands, who are now 14 and a half years old, and all the way down to the youngest one, who is 13 weeks.
Oh, my heavens.
I should have talked to her a long time ago about how you house train dog. I've never been good. You have to be a specialist at that.
It's not hard if you know what to do.
Well, you know, that's a future show.
Oh, good, good.
Well, Greg, why don't you get us started?
Well, okay, but we thought the first part of the show today we'd talk about some kinds of toys. Things to amuse your cat or your dog, and some of these things may amuse others such. So, Paulette, what kind of thing do you have down there in your little bag for
Santa's
cat?
bag there.
Santa's bag here, I have a feather.
Teaser.
And it's a toy that cats enjoy, and I think maybe the holder enjoys it even more. It's a way of bonding with your cat. I found that my cat, he likes to pick his own toys. He has a whole bag of them.
Cats are like that, aren't they?
They are.
They always, I love the sign that says a dog looks at you as family, a cat looks at you as staff.
Very good.
Okay, Angie, when you wake up, you can play with the feather.
What else do you have in the bag there, Paulette?
What else do I have here? Oh, for a cat or even a dog,
Okay.
a heating pad
Oh, my goodness.
that goes into their own pet bed and keeps them nice and warm. I should think about getting this for Clyde, because right now he has a bath rug that is put right in front of the bathroom vent, and he sleeps there every night.
Oh,
So he would love this.
Oh, that's
I'm pretty sure Clyde would love this.
Oh, I bet he would. Well,
And on the table, I see you brought another cat toy.
Oh, this is marvelous. They just chase this around. Angie, Would you like to chase that? Wouldn't you like to chase that?
That got her head up.
Yeah, Liz got her head up.
She says, "Oh, people." I think, well,
Oh,
I think
and
that's all
toys.
right now is toys.
Okay. Well, those are very. It's Angie. Yeah. Well, at least, like I say, she woke up.
That's a wonderful start. Patience, what do you have for dogs in your bag?
Dogs love squeaky toys.
Oh my! You be careful.
I know. Wicked love. I especially enjoy stuffing free squeaky toys. Wicked, what is? Oh, what's that?
All right, now wait a minute. I brought you your squeaky toy, so you
But that's
behave.
not
He's
new.
welcome. He's welcome to play with this. My yard tends to look like there's been a snowstorm in July because if I get this kind of squeaky toy, which has a squeaker in every arm, I won't torture with anymore. It's full of that white polyfill. It's full of that white polyfill, and whippets are a lot of dogs are great de-stuffers. So. So my yard looks like we've had a snowstorm because there's white polyfill all over it. The unstuffed ones are great because you don't have that problem.
Okay.
Another toy that I love, this
I've
comes
never
with
seen.
extra squeakers.
Oh my
And
word.
you have Velcro here, so you can put, once the squeaker dies, you put a new squeaker in.
Oh.
Oh,
My
that's
dogs are also expert at killing the squeakers. So this this has squeakers all through the body, which I won't do, and then there's little places to replace them, and they come with replacement squeakers. So that's a big hit.
Oh, that's a big.
That's a big hit in my house, and also you can get 2 or 3 dogs on this having tug of wars, and they have a really good
Oh, I bet
time.
they would have a lot of fun with
They
that.
sure would.
No dog home is complete without a frisbee type toy.
Okay.
You can of course buy a 99-cent frisbee anywhere.
Right.
You need to supervise those because those are usually hard plastic that if the dog chews can
Right.
cause a problem.
Okay.
This is a softer one. It's made out of a heavy-duty canvas, and then it has something squishy so they can pick it up. It's now a lab. If he gets bonked in the head with a frisbee, he's not going to care. He's going to say, "Throw it again, faster." Some of your softer dogs, that can be a little intimidating. So if you get a lighter weight one that's cloth, it's not as. It's more fun for the dog.
Uh-huh.
I have piles and piles. Tell me when to stop.
Well, keep going. We've got.
This is fun because it's so interactive. It's got all kinds of different textures and materials that it's made out of. It's got a ball type edge but they can shake it, and dogs love to shake things. It's fun for the owner too. So that I suggest one of those. Any toy is only as good as the time you spend with your dog playing with it.
That's true.
Yes.
So
That's
the
true.
idea of the toy is not to give the dog a toy and shut him off in the yard or somewhere and go in and read your book. Go out in the yard and play with the dog with the toy. It creates that bond.
Yes.
It's more fun. It tires the dog out more. And it's also a safety issue because you don't want your vet to have to pull this surgically out of your dog's stomach after he's eating it. So if you've played with it, you know that hasn't happened.
Oh, that's an excellent point.
Yes.
There's some heavy-duty toys. This is a smaller one. The Wubba, made by the Kong company. They're toys that are appropriate for your dog, so that if you have a dog that's going to shred this in 2 minutes, even if you're playing with it, he's going to have a harder time with a tough canvas toy. They even make some that are made out of old fire hoses, and they're virtually indestructible. So that's my Santa bag of toys.
I'll tell you,
Oh,
there's
wow.
just some beautiful examples of things from the two of you to get our show started today. We want to now take a time for a short break. We want to do a Forget-Me-Not today.
A special one.
Yes, and this is about a little dog named Bitsy, and it's a very heartwarming story, and I think you'll enjoy it, and so give a listen.
On February 7th, 2011, Lanita Flannery had to put her best friend Bitsy to sleep. She had multiple health problems, but her kidneys finally sent her over the edge. For the last month of her life, she only ate when Lanita hand-fed her like a baby with a spoon, and she got fluid dialysis treatments every day. She was a fighter, and Lanita fought right alongside her until Bitsy told her the fight was over. Bitsy was Lanita's best friend and baby rolled all into one tiny body. She got Bitsy 3 days after she went out on her own to build her very own vet clinic. She was a very sick puppy. Those early days, Lanita needed to prove to herself that she was capable of being a good vet. She needed to stay calm and not stress over all the problems associated with building a practice. Bitsy was her primary focus, so Lanita kept her alive and Bitsy kept her calm but motivated. She came to work with Lanita every day for the last 13 years. She went on most of Lanita's vacations. Bitsy even visited her grandparents' house with Lanita. She went deer hunting, enjoyed family parties, sneaked into the hospital and nursing home to cheer up Grandpa, and even went shopping in 4 states quietly sitting in Lanita's purse. Bitsy loved to have her picture taken, and Lanita still uses her picture on many of her vet clinic ventures to this day. In her personal life and battles, Bitsy was Lanita's sounding block, stress reliever, and tear licker. As Bitsy has had health problems over the years and till the end, she made Lanita see clearly the role of mama as well as veterinarian. It's amazing how much strength and love was in her 3.5-pound body. Lanita regards Bitsy as the reason for the success she's had as a veterinarian and for making her life better with all her unconditional love. Lanita will never have to let that love go. Here's to you, Bitsy, a poem from Lanita. When you were sad, I dried your tears. When you were scared, I comforted your fears. When you were worried, I gave you hope. When you were confused, I helped you cope. And when you were lost and couldn't see the light, I was your beacon shining ever so bright. My spirit is now free, but I will never depart, as long as you keep me alive in your heart.
We hope you enjoyed that heartwarming story about Bitsy, and many of you I know had contact with Bitsy. She was just the sweetest
She's been
little
on our
dog.
show, too.
Yes, she was on our show.
Several times.
And we've dedicated our show today to Bitsy. And in Bitsy's memory, Lanita has started something called a Bitsy Angel Fund. And if you'd like more information about that, you can call 270-898-9738. So we hope that you'll respond with that. Now,
Well, we're going to return. We're talking about Santa's toys. Well, I'm going to. This is Darlene's toy, thanks to Greg. Okay. Angie has on a little collar, and I want to find her. All right.
That's great.
We might mention that since Darlene and I have 10 cats at home.
We have 10 cats at home and one dog.
We have always had trouble occasionally finding them.
We didn't make it to church one time when we couldn't find Callie, so I can find her now.
I looked up on the web and I found this thing called a pet locator. And it runs little batteries and doesn't hurt the animal, doesn't seem to bother them at all, but it sure helps in finding the...
And it's multiple. You have a list here, and like if you had 9 dogs, you have 9 names, and you could put this little, come on, well, Angie's, sorry, Angie, I'm sorry.
You can program up to 30 different things on it. You can use for keys that you may lose or things like that, but it's a very handy, helpful little thing. I don't need one for Wicked. I always find him. Never a problem
But
there.
anyway, that's my new toy, and I have found the animals, and I didn't have to crawl too much on the floor. So,
Well, let's turn now to some ideas for health and comfort for our animals. That kind of qualifies as a
that's
little
my
bit of that.
comfort too, right?
Patience, why don't we start with you this time? What do you have for the dogs?
I'm going to beg that if you don't give your dog anything else for Christmas, you give them a microchip.
Absolutely.
I see, yep, they have their microchip
They have their microchip tags on here.
When you get your dog microchip, they come with a collar that has an 800 number, and when that dog is found, let's say he's even lost his collar, he can be scanned by virtually every veterinarian, every shelter in the country, and the same with a cat.
Yes.
And returned to you. So that's my number one.
Okay.
But with that, you have to maintain the database yearly.
You have to make sure your telephone is correct. I think it depends on the different services. Some are permanent. Some you have to update but so many of us are losing our landlines and going to cell phones. If you've gone to a cell phone number and you have an out-of-date phone number, it's no good. So
Yes,
make
in
sure you
fact,
have a current phone number.
I've got to redo this kind of regular tag, have our landline and cell phone put on here.
Updated.
Yes.
And actually, I brought tags. There are 3 tags. There's a rabies tag.
Yes.
There's a tag. I put reward and I put my current cell phone number.
Oh.
And of course, we're good citizens, so we have a dog license tag.
Yes.
And these, in fact, I put all my tags on little clips so that if I'm changing collars, I can just change the tags.
I need to do that. Oh, I need to do that.
They're very
The
handy.
clips, yeah.
The clips.
Yes.
And then these tags actually belong to one of my dogs who's passed away. The license is from 2006.
Uh-huh.
I have them. You can put them as
On
a
your
keepsake. Right. You can
on your
put them on your
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree. You can put them on a treasured frame. It's just of a picture. It's lovely. So they're with you for as long as you want them.
Okay.
Excellent ideas. Excellent.
Paulette, what do you have down over there in
Well,
your bag?
I have brushes.
Ooh.
You know,
This is really hard. Furmator.
Furminator.
Furminator. Wonderful. Will just bring out that hair on the cat or dog.
And it could be
And
long, short,
short.
or medium, right?
Right, right. And this is one of the newer ones that my cat isn't enjoying this one yet. But I understand this is a really good one,
Yes.
too.
That's his Christmas
but
gift,
And
isn't
it's
it?
that one's, I think, is a little less than the
Then the Furminator.
the Furminator, right?
Right, right. But for me, what I would suggest, and I don't have any here, is cats get hairballs,
Yes.
and they have all kinds of little goodies that you can give your cat. All the brands have little snack things that help alleviate, take away the fur ball. And one thing you want to do with all your pets is take care of their teeth,
Yes.
because that can cause so many problems that we don't realize. And once again, they have little things that, little, treats
Right.
that you can give your cat or dog.
Yeah. Those are some great ideas. Oh,
And if I may add to that,
yeah, you have something there, Darlene.
yes, this is as you again this is the infuser, and this is the liquid that you have to refill. And what you do is you plug it into an outlet.
What's it called?
This is the
Feel Away, isn't it?
yeah, this is Feel Away, and it puts a fragrance or pheromones out that's very calming to cats. So if you have cats that are not getting along, or new cat, or when you're away, this has helped with some of our bullies and helped with some of our older animals. I like everything, but it's a little pricey. However, if it reduces stress in your cat, you're saving in the long run on lots of problems. So look into something equivalent to Feel Away or its product. And you can find them on the web. Good prices on the web.
Well, particularly when you have a multiple cat family,
Yes.
as we do.
They make it also for dogs. It's called DAP, dog appeasing pheromone, and there have been some successes with thunderphobic dogs and separation anxiety.
Thank you. I did
Okay.
not know that they had them for dogs. So
Oh, that's neat.
you hear that, Wicket?
He doesn't have much problem with that.
No.
He's pretty laid back.
He's pretty laid back right now. Oh dear. Okay.
Well, we at this point, we know it's the Christmas season, and we know that as we're looking for gifts for giving and to all our family and relatives and so on, one of the sets of people that we don't want to forget, they're animals are people to us, that we don't want to forget are our animals. And we would like to have our viewers get paper and pencil.
Right.
And we'll show this list again at the end of the program today. But you'll see on the screen a list of 3 of the local no-kill animal shelters here. Project Hope over in Metropolis, Creatures Great and Small, which is located here in Paducah, and Paws, Claws, and More, which is located down around Mayfield, Wingo area here in western Kentucky. And they could sure use any kind of help that you could give them. And you know, cash is something that they all could use, but just as important are volunteers.
And when we say shelter, some of them are fostering networks. They may
Yes.
not have the
Right.
typical building shelter, but they
Right.
have a facility for either
Right.
transporting or fostering, and they do rescue work in McCracken County, and that's
Creatures Great and Small is an example of that.
That's right.
And
except for Project Hope in Metropolis.
they have a shelter, and
They do have a shelter.
But even with that, the volunteers that they could use would be for providing foster homes,
That's
or
right.
giving care on help over at the shelter. So there's just a number of things that you can do with that. So
With paper and pencil?
and you'll see the list, and we'll show you the list again at the end of the program. So, all right, we're just proceeding along beautifully well.
I have,
right
before
now.
we do that, I have one thing for comfort that
Oh,
I've got to
okay.
display.
Oh yes.
This kitty blanket, which is also red on the other side, and this was made for me by my stepdaughter and one of my grandsons. So this is a special, special product. And I know, Angie, when you get home, you can get right back on it, even though Mama doesn't get to use it very much. So anyway, I have really, really enjoyed that.
We just might mention that with our stepdaughter Novice and her family, our grandsons Alex and Nicholas in Kansas City, and sent that to Darlene for Christmas. So that was just a wonderful thing. So,
Christmas wishes.
oh yes. Well, you know, as we talk about pets now, one of the things that people like to do, unfortunately, as we'll find out, is to give a pet at Christmas time. There's some problems involved with that, I think. Patience? What do you have to say with that?
I think you probably couldn't choose a worse time to bring a new animal into a house than during the chaos of Christmas. First of all, you've got schedules that are stretched to the max as it is, because everybody's visiting and trying to get here and there. You've got a tree inside your house full of things that are just made for a kitten or a puppy to knock off or try to climb. And a pet is a lifelong commitment. It's not a present that you tire of and tie
Not
outside.
a disposable item.
It isn't. So if you have children in the family that have been begging for a kitty or a puppy, why don't you give them the hint that they're going to get one? Give them the puppy bed and toys, or the kitty collar, and then say, puppy's going to come next week when things aren't so crazy and you're done playing with your new toys,
Right.
and you have time to invest on the new pet. If I get nothing else out of this program,
Your Christmas
my Christmas wish is that
There
puppies
are no
aren't
unwanted
puppies
Christmas.
aren't presents. Puppies are family members.
Yes.
Wonderful idea.
And this is true not only with puppies, as you mentioned, it's true for cats, it's true for any kind of pet that you bring into the house, whether it's a bird or anything.
Yes.
So I think that's an important type of thing to think about. And there's a time to do it and a time not to do it.
And Paulette, what is your Christmas wish for animals this season?
Oh, that they're treated right, that
Oh.
they're loved, that I know I have, we have our cat at home,
Right.
and I like to call myself auntie to, or maybe even grandma, to Maya in Wisconsin. And that's Koa's granny. I mean, when Koa was born, Maya was there to take care of him.
Now Maya is
It's their dog.
and Koa
Koa is my 4-year-old great-grandson.
okay.
And when Koa was born, Maya was there, and Maya guarded him.
Oh.
Anybody came near him that she did not know, she was right there letting them know that they'd better be careful with the baby. And so that would be my wish.
Oh, that I can't think of a more wonderful wish than that. it's just something that you know, that we don't often think about. Darlene, do you have a wish?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
As I wished last year, I would wish for McCracken County to come, that we would somehow get started a low-cost spay-neuter program. One that's the real answer to shelter business to start with.
Yeah.
Number two, it is good for our community. We pride ourselves in Paducah being such a wonderful town, but just like recycling is now getting here, we really need low-cost spay-neuter from a practical point and as a symbol of what our city, state, and county stand for as far as good treatment of animals. So the fairy godmother and up there, low-cost spay-neuter for McCracken County.
Well,
So-
and I'd just like to echo that also, not only from McCracken County and Paducah where we are, but everywhere.
Well, but let's start.
Well, yeah, we
Let's start at
where
home.
we can, but you know, some of our viewers may not live in this area, but the areas that they live in, they could do this kind of thing.
That's right.
We often neglect our animals, and I guess my wish would be that we pray for all of the animals that don't have homes, that someday they will get a home, and so that
And
we'll
those
get
who
the
have a
love
home keep their homes.
and get the loving care that Paulette and Patience and you and I give our animals, and so I guess that's my major wish. That let's just be respectful and remember that these animals are just like us. They're human in many respects, and so that's a very
They are treasured members of the family.
exactly. So,
So.
well, with that in mind, Darlene, is there anything else you want to add today?
Yeah, I have another Christmas wish. I would
Okay.
also wish for a pet pantry. I hear rumors in our neighboring counties. It'd be wonderful for a family to be able to go to a place to get help with cat food or dog food, to, you know, temporarily to ease the family situation. But a pet pantry would be really helpful. So.
Okay. Well, in the remaining minute that we have, was there anything else that Patience, you or Paulette would like to add to what we've done today?
I want to thank you for having us. I think this is a great show. I'm going to quickly put in a plug for safety when you are traveling with your pet.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
There are harnesses that can attach to seat belts, but that's another thing that I think people don't think about.
True.
Is if you're in an accident, your animal is a flying object, and it's so vulnerable, and there's so many safe ways to travel with your dog or your cat,
That's right.
Oh, that's a great thought.
especially over these Christmas holidays.
Yes.
Great thought, Patience. Paulette, anything you'd like to add?
No, I can't think of anything. Just it was wonderful being here. And
Well, we
enjoyed
are
it.
just so
Well,
delighted to have these
yes.
two people here to share in Santa's gift bags today.
Absolutely, and we just want to thank you both very much for taking time out today to join us, and you brought some beautiful examples, and Santa will be coming before too long. So,
That's right.
in closing, Darlene,
I'm Darlene.
and I'm Greg, and we want to remind our viewers, like we do every time, give your pet a little extra love today and
every day.
See you next time. Merry
Merry Christmas.